Don't give up. Don't give up. This is something that you have to remind yourself every single time you think about giving up. It's so easy to give up. There are so many reasons why we give up. Giving up seems like it's the easiest thing to do because sometimes we tell ourselves that we'll just start over. We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll give it our best shot again. We're just going to give in this time, but we're going to get it next time. Our mind plays so many games on us when it comes to things that we want to do in life. And one of the biggest games it plays with us is telling us that we can go back and do something that we've already started, something we're almost done doing, something we really want to do. It always seems to come in the path of right when you feel the most vulnerable about something. It just comes to you and just give you the easy way out. Just give up. Giving up is not an option in life today. There are so many reasons why you cannot give up. Every single day of your life, every day that you're here, every day that you see another day is closer to the time frame of your lifespan. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. We don't know what next week is going to bring, next year, the next moment. Within this moment right now is the most important moment of your life, because this is the moment where right now you're thinking about whether or not you should give up, but you have not done that yet. I can tell you right now, I've given up a lot of times on so many different things. I've given up so much that at one time I kind of thought that, you know what, maybe this just isn't for you. And it took me a while to get back to where I was, because every time you give up, you notice that it takes you longer to get back to where you were. It seems like it's harder. It seems like it's more depressing. And sometimes you can get so depressed because you've given up that it makes it so harder for you to try again. That's why giving up can never be an option. It's so hard to try again. And sometimes you have to ask yourself the question, if I don't give up, what reward will I have tomorrow when I wake up and I realize that, hey, I made it through the night? You know, I remember sometimes I wanted to give up and I didn't. And I remember just feeling within that next hour or half of that day or that next day, I felt so good about it. And I thought to myself, wow, you know what? Yesterday you almost gave up. But, you know, we really have to stay on task with our life and what we want to do in life, because let me tell you, giving up is something that so many people do. It's so easy to just give up. And then we wonder why there are great people in the world, why people are so successful at some of the things that they're doing, why people make it, why people are not financially stressed out and all of this stuff. It's because they didn't give up. It's because they wanted to win more than they wanted to lose. And believe it or not, when you give up, you're basically telling yourself that you want to lose. You may not think that. You may think that, oh, you know, I'm just going through something. I just need a little pick me up. And, you know, tomorrow I'm going to get back. But you know what? Come on, it's so hard to get back. I mean, you think about even someone that wants to lose weight and how you may have lost 2 or 5 pounds and you think it's nothing. And you're like, oh, it was only 2 or 5 pounds. I mean, what's the heck, you know? I mean, it's not like I lost a lot. It's just a little. Every little bit becomes a habit. It becomes something greater. And every little bit that you give in also becomes a habit, and it becomes something lesser. So you have to really construct your mind into really thinking more positive when it comes to where you want to be at in life and what you want to do, because if not, you're going to give up. It's going to be so easy to do, and it's so hard to get back to where you want to be at. I mean, let's be honest. When you give up, it makes it so much harder, and the reason why is because you feel so bad because you gave up. You feel miserable. You feel disgusted because you gave up. It's not a good feeling. So as much as you try to tell yourself at the moment that you're in that mindset, that you're going to be okay, you're going to get back on the horse, you know, you're going to get back on that bull and settle on up, and you're going to get back to where you need to be at. And believe it or not, that depression of the reason why you gave up, that depression of knowing that you gave up, that integrity that you know that you no longer have, because deep down inside, you know you fell backwards. And whether you share that with someone or not, deep down inside, you know that you failed at succeeding and continuing to move on. And it's not a good feeling. It really isn't. Now, if you should get in the mindset where you end up doing that, never think that I'm going to stay in this situation. You have to get back up and you have to keep going. But if you haven't given up yet, and if you're thinking about doing it, don't do it. Don't do it. Because I can tell you right now, as hard as you may think it is right now, it will become even harder once you give up and you have to start over again. Life is not easy. It's hard. And this is why when you do things that is going to make your life harder, it just becomes very, very dark. And it's bad enough that you have to deal with your day-to-day life, your day-to-day struggles, your day-to-day bills, your day-to-day problems, your day-to-day downfalls, your day-to-day habits, your day-to-day whatever they may be. But to add more on, it's just insane. It's insane. Life is going to do a lot of different things to you. And if you don't start building a backbone where you can deal with these things, you're going to be just gone with the wind. And you don't want to be gone with the wind, because we all want something in life. And you know what that is? We want to make it. We want to be okay. We want to be able to financially take care of our bills, financially take care of our family, mentally take care of our minds, our health. We want to be strong enough to accomplish the things that we need to on a day-to-day life, on a day-to-day basis. And sometimes when you give up and you give in to these things that come about, it makes it so much harder. Everybody has 24 hours in a day. The way we choose to use that is what makes the difference between this person and that person. I can tell you that it's not going to be easy. I can tell you that you're going to go through some things in life that you're going to really feel like you just want to just throw in that towel. But let me tell you something. If you don't throw in that towel, you will own the power in your life. And as hard as it's going to be, and as easy as some people make it sound, it isn't. It is a struggle. It is a struggle to succeed, to stay afloat, to get from point A to B, and to even think about Z. But I can tell you right now, giving up is not an option, and it just makes it harder. So every time you think about giving up, you have to really think to yourself, why did you start in the first place to get to where you are? And as much as you think that you can get this little time back, mentally, it does bother you. So no matter what you're going through in life, no matter how hard it may be, do know that hard times don't last always. And it may seem like it does. Oh, it may seem dark for a moment. You may be in darkness for a good while. But you have to believe that as long as you are not giving up, and you believe in yourself, and you believe in your higher power, you have to know that there is something better on the other side. But you'll never see that other side if you let go and you give up. And it will take you longer to see the other side if you keep starting over. I have a quote that I have in my quote book, and it's, if you're tired of giving up, move closer to the finish line. Sometimes the closer I get to where I want to be at, it reminds me of where I don't want to be at. The closer I get to my goals, I realize that, wow, you know what? I can really do this. And I've gotten to my goals so many times, and I went backwards so many times. And I didn't go backwards because I gave up. I went backwards because I stopped doing the things that I was doing that was causing me to succeed. So sometimes giving up isn't always just giving into some habit or giving into something. Sometimes you can just procrastinate and just delay your path, your focus. And that's also another way of giving up. You just do it differently. You have to stay focused, driven, disciplined, determined. Because all of these things are what's going to get you to your destination. You have to want what you're trying to succeed, what you're trying to accomplish in life, you have to want it better than anything you can think of. A lot of people say you have to be hungry. I say you have to be starving. I can diet and be hungry for 2 or 3 days and not eat, or fast and go 2 or 3 days without eating. But if I'm starving, I'm going to eat right then and there. And in today's world, in this life that we have right now, man, you have to be starving. You have to be willing to eat out of the garbage can in order to accomplish your goals. That means that you have to be willing to sacrifice in order for you to accomplish your goals. So I tell you right now, whatever it is that you want in life, whatever you're aiming for, whatever you're striving for, whatever you feel like you deserve, whatever you feel like you want in this lifetime, go get it. Don't give up. Go get it. By all means necessary, go get it. Do you.